The 5 Peaks 500 is a bikepacking challenge that starts in Budapest, goes through 5 of the highest points of Hungary, and finishes in Tokaj, the famous wine region of Hungary. Since this was the first edition of the challenge, all of us came with our own idea of what would be the ideal bike. Some came with mountain bikes, others with gravel bikes. I don't even have a gravel bike, so I had to rent one from the local shop.
And it's important, one thing, the first one, we would like to see 69 happy faces in Tokaj. So take care and enjoy, okay?
I'm used to riding long distances on the road, but off-road is a beast of its own. Climbing is harder, descending is harder, and everything in between is harder too. But it's worth it. You're so much closer to nature, going through places where very few people have been. Right from the very beginning, you could really feel the excitement on everyone's face. We were out in the unknown, we didn't know what to expect, and it was the very first time that a bikepacking event was happening in Hungary.
Nice. Oops.
At the top of each mountain there is a checkpoint, where you not only get the stamp, but also some proper Hungarian food. Providing fresh food was one of the best decisions made by the organizers. Regardless if you're a foreigner or a local, you really get to appreciate the rich culture of Hungary.
Jump.
In mid-August, the days are already getting short, so it doesn't leave that much time to ride long distances. And even the organizers discouraged us from riding at night. For example, shortly after checkpoint 3, when the sun was already setting, I got my first flat tire. And I already had such a long day that I was not in the mood to fix my tire. It took me a really long time to get it done. And for the following hour or so, I felt completely uneasy. I was concerned that I would get another puncture at night in the woods, in the middle of nowhere. And I even spotted 2 hunters. One of them was armed. It was a bit terrifying. Luckily, they didn't mistake me for a deer.
There were a couple of deers. We're all gonna fit in?
Yeah, we're all gonna fit in.
or are we gonna need a bigger boat?
No.
Really bad for Everett.
Oh.
What's nice on a long gravel ride like this one is that you get the occasional section of asphalted road, which feels like a breath of fresh air. You can relax a bit. But it was so strange to have so much asphalt between checkpoints 4 and 5. A bit more than 100 kilometers.
And today we're quite lucky to have so much asphalt.
Yes. As I didn't expect.
It makes it so much easier.
Surprise.
I was wondering when the next gravel section would be. And then I saw it. The rockiest climb I've ever tried climbing. At one point, I just stepped off the bike, put on my Tom's shoes and walked to the top of the hill. After a nice and short breakfast consisting of ice cream and coffee, I pushed downhill to Tokaj, finishing in 19th place, covering 575 kilometers in 3 days and 5 hours. Later the same day, I was back in Budapest and celebrated the Hungarian national holiday with a good friend of mine. It was exactly 10 years and 3 days ago that I moved to Budapest, the place that shaped so much of the person I am today.
Bye.